Good morning. I'm going to go inside today a little bit because of the themes, and then we'll come outside again. A little bit late starting because of two things. Primarily because the battery was empty, and I somehow I knew there was something when I was kind of waking up with the phone that we had a vague memory from last night. But I slept a bit late this morning, and I'm plenty of time to get out to do it on time, but then I realized the battery only had 2%, and usually I need in the range of, I would say 25 to 30% to cover the needs of the live streams and the editing. So I'm just taking it through here because I want to show you. I didn't put on the lights, but that's okay. Here you see the sun is coming in already. So there are two themes today. I should have put on the lights here maybe, but that's okay because it's the fourth watch in the night, which is the darkest time. That's the reference in the gospel, and this story is shared today in the gospel. And it's actually, this story isn't the synoptics, but it's actually from Matthew 14 we're reading at the moment. And then there's another word in Jeremiah that's very interesting. And it's interesting how the prophets structure their words. I'm not sure if it's fair to say it like that because the prophets are so inspired and it comes forth, but I'm sure there's also that human element. They're absolutely brilliant educators, illustrators, pointing things out. And the prophets speak like parents do. You know, there's the pointing out the negative when it's needed to be pointed out, but motivational and creating a vision for the future. That there's an incurable wound, which is a very strong statement about humanity's condition, an incurable wound. But then there's healing. And that's very much the theme here in Magdala, a lot of healing. I'm just playing with the light here a little bit before we go out. Your word is light. Also, another feature, in case I forget about it, that's happening these days is the I-24 News was here filming about, I don't know how long ago, beginning of July. And they're producing wonderful clips of their presentation, which has been on television the last couple of days here in Israel, and I'm sure worldwide, I-24 News, and it's going to be on a few more times this week, I'm sure. I don't have the schedule of times it's showing, but I imagine you can just Google I-24 News, or maybe somebody can find that schedule and post it here in the notes, if there is a schedule that's published when it's going to be aired. And then, I wanted to stop here for a second at the chapel here with Mary Magdalene. When we talk about the incurable wound, it's a condition of humanity, and each of the figures in the scriptures also carry the story of humanity. Let's say the blind man that's cured. Well, there's a blindness in our lives. The deaf man, a deafness for the word of God. And here Mary Magdalene being freed from 7 demons, which is the only Galilee scene of Mary Magdalene in the Gospels. The others are all in Jerusalem at Calvary and at the resurrection and at the burial and at the resurrection. So I want to go downstairs as well because there's another line in the Gospel, although it's not this particular story. It's a very powerful line, and it matches the incurable line in Jeremiah. And it says, everyone who touched him were healed. Everyone who touched Jesus were healed. And that's a very big statement about Jesus, about his mission, his gift. Everyone who touched him were healed. And we have this amazing work here that inspires so many people, impresses so many people. So I just turn on a little bit of light there, but it doesn't really help too much, a little bit. Good. So now we want to go outside again. I hope the line doesn't get hurt on the way out. We'll go out here underneath onto the port area. So then I was commenting about pointing out the negative and giving the vision for hope. And that's what also leadership in civic society often needs to do, to declare the issues that are wrong in society and a program for the future, a commitment to transformation of a situation of the migrants, situations of human trafficking. You have to describe what's going on and then start dealing with it and applying the means necessary to fix society. So reading the prophets is like a bit of a roller coaster experience emotionally, because it takes us, I was going to do the same thing here. I was going to go up on a height there. Let's see if we go through here. Just a little bit of a rough way here. There we go. So now we have a view over the site. And a different view of the lake. So there's that up and down, tumble dryer effect, roller coaster ride effect of the exposure to the scriptures. One little thing here in the Franciscan part of Magdala, that tower is a 2nd century Roman tower. I hadn't realized that for a long time. And now we'll have to go back at some point into the Franciscan site to see close up the detail. The excavations have concluded and there wasn't any major sensational discovery. But that's the way with life as well. There's a lot of ordinary humdrum activity in life. And we need to do the daily chores without a big, dramatic alteration of reality. But little by little things come along. Sometimes they take a lot longer than you planned, like our visitor center. But little by little it's taking shape, and we hope to open it very soon, so the pilgrims can once again come directly in from the buses in here to visit the site and not have to come through the lobby of the guest house. So be sure to give it a little extra attention if you can. to the video clips that we're posting on the various media, especially Instagram and Facebook, which I24 wonderfully have prepared. And maybe there will be the possibility of getting also the knitted version altogether, so that you can have it easily accessible to share with people, because it's a nice story. Father Juan tells a lot of the very emotional, inspirational moments of how this all started. I just saw a bee down here I wanted to capture, but flew away very far. Actually, there's a lot of life going on here right now. I just noticed there's another insect, like a helicopter, flying around here, reddish color, but just two jerky movements that I can't have enough time to focus in with the camera. So kindly share those. Sharing is very important. And those are different type of elements. Maybe not your friends know all about the Sunrise Stroll and Chat, or maybe there are friends and people you meet that would like to have it, or the other regular live streams from Magdala, like the sunsets, the evening sunsets that the volunteers broadcast, that are also on the Magdala Facebook and Magdala Instagram. And then you have the masses, those who are interested in that moment of prayer. We have every day in Spanish and in English, but now we have these extra pieces from I24 News, very professionally put together and with very good photography and so forth. So please enjoy them and share them. And now I'm back to normal walking conditions here. So we have the storm on the sea. How often that happens in life. Storms on the sea. And to know that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. That faith will carry us through how many storms? How many storms has humanity been through? And here we have the plover again that some of you have commented, I think yesterday or the day before. And somebody else gave another name and also the scientific name for them, but I woke up a bit later today, people. My brain isn't remembering that. This bird's whole dynamic is to get you to come as close as possible, thinking that you're going to be able to capture it, but it's just to draw you away. And they do that particularly for animals of prey that are looking out to rob their nest, their eggs or their young. So they use that chirping tactic to seemingly expose themselves, but it's only to draw you away from where their treasure is hiding, their young or their eggs. And it's interesting to see the little ones that start learning and practicing that when they're just beginning to fly, beginning to move and to grow. People, I invite you to read the readings at the link there. And I think we've covered our time today. Covenant of God's covenant with us. You shall be my people and I will be your God. What an extraordinary, wonderful line. You shall be my people and I will be your God. Thank you for joining this morning here. God bless you. Don't forget all the extras that are being posted these days on our media.